Hi everyone, welcome to Psychic Consultants. This is Agatha. I want to say thank you for all your support. I really appreciate it. I especially want to say thank you to people that have donated, and to let you know that I have emailed the person that won the free reading to everyone that donated in February, and the email has the title Psychic Consultants Winner ! So keep a lookout for that. Couple of things to say about this spread. So this is the love reading for March 2016. Check out your sun, your moon, and your rising sign, because all three of those can resonate, and so I would check out all three and see which one resonates the most, and that's the one for you. Also, one thing to say is check it out. If you're watching early in the month, watch it again later in the month, because sometimes it doesn't make sense and then you don't get the messages, and then if you watch it a bit later, it makes complete sense. So I would definitely recommend that as well. So I'm going to do the kind of 4 cards representing you, 4 cards representing your love, and then the 4 in the middle of the way you kind of interact with one another. A couple of things to say. Your love can represent, it's someone that you're connected to, that you love. It could even be valid for, it makes sense in terms of a different connection with a father or parent or a sister or a brother or a friend or anything. Could be that. But it is usually some kind of love connection. If you're not in a relationship, it could be just someone you have your eye on. I do talk about, if you're single or not as well. It can flip. So sometimes whatever's happening on your row and their row, it might be the opposite. That does happen sometimes. Do like, if you enjoyed it, please. It means a lot to me. Subscribe and share with people that you think would find them helpful as well. I think they're helpful. I get a lot of feedback. If you're interested in a personal reading, details will be below. Otherwise, just lots and lots of love. Thank you very much for your support. The deck that I'm using is the Centenary Rider-Waite deck. It has a couple of extra cards, which are just extra pieces of artwork that I use because I like them and I'm guided to, and they mean a lot to me. They're great cards, so they do come up in a couple. Otherwise, I will stop talking and get on with the readings. Right, yes, so let's just get on with the reading. Representing you, we have the 7 of Swords, the 9 of Cups, the 8 of Wands, Temperance. Representing your other, we have the Ace of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, this is one of the extra cards. I call her the Crone or the Matriarch. So let's call her the Matriarch. And the 7 of Cups. And then representing the communal energies. Right, on the bottom of the deck we have the Moon card. So this is interesting. This is a month where some things are going to be coming out of the woodwork, some truth. And a month where you're really going to be needing your intuition to work out what's going on, for sure. Okay, I'm just going to check that you can see these. I might have to move them up a little bit. Cool. So, right. Okay. What's going on with you? You, for some reason, starting off, you're really running away from this other person. And as though you're trying to get as much as you can and take it with you. You're just trying to get out, and you're trying to take as much as possible. And just kind of get away with it, and kind of get out without being seen. I feel like, yeah, you are being a little bit naughty. Yeah, there's just something a little bit kind of that you just don't want. I think it might be related to this Ace of Wands energy. So let's just kind of start off. I think it kind of actually starts with your other on this side. So let's go to this Ace of Wands. There's this Ace of Wands going on, and this is all about new beginnings and passions and fertility and just kind of, interestingly, I feel like it is a little bit of an aggressive energy somehow. It feels like there's a lot more kind of energy going on here in terms of this Ace of Wands, which is just kind of, you don't trust it, basically. You're not trusting this new beginning. So this person, maybe in the past, they've been a bit difficult, and for some reason you're not trusting this new beginning and these new ideas and this new passion. It might be that they're just coming on a bit too strong for you and you're just not sure about them, something like that. But they are okay. They're kind of backed up with this Queen of Pentacles. There's a lot of feminine energy going on with this person. They don't necessarily have to be female, but there's definitely a lot of feminine energy going on. This Queen of Pentacles is very abundant, could be an earth sign. But I do more feel like it's a bit of just a kind of feminine energy of this Queen of Pentacles, and there is a bit of money involved. Whenever the Queen of Pentacles turns up and not the King of Pentacles, it's because the King of Pentacles is a bit of a businessman, a bit of an entrepreneur. The Queen of Pentacles, she just kind of allows the wealth rather than goes out of her way to create it. So I feel like they're in a really strong position, and maybe they come into some money and it's given them this kind of confidence and this new beginning, and they maybe come at you a little bit too strong and you're just not sure, you don't quite trust it for some reason. It could be because of some stuff that's happened in the past, either with them or with someone else, but you really just want to get out for some reason, which is a bit interesting, because officially these are two quite solid cards. Positive, good cards. This Ace of Wands can be the card of fertility, and I was wondering whether you were not up for that. I feel like maybe they want to have a child and you don't. Like it feels like you're literally running away from this Ace of Wands. Or it could just be that they're being overly sexual and you're not, and you don't really appreciate that. If that's the case, they're just feeling a bit confident, so just kind of let them. I think they're just maybe a little bit overexcited because they're feeling a bit flush with the cash. That's kind of what I'm feeling. But they are kind of quite related to you. There's a real kind of connection here, because I do think you too, you've got this Nine of Cups, which is the wish card, kind of having your wish fulfilled, and it is a bit like you've won the lottery. I think there's something kind of going on. There is some really good thing going on here, because I do think that this is directly related to this Queen of Pentacles. So it could be that you're just playing a bit hard to get. It could be that you're doing this kind of game where you're playing a bit hard to get, because you know that you've won the lottery here and this is all good, and you're just gonna. I do get that it could be a little bit of a game going on. But having said that, there are two kind of cards here for me a little bit mistrusting, looking away. This Eight of Wands also is a little bit about being not so confident, and he's looking away from from this person. And it might just be that you know that you're okay by yourself with this 9 of Cups. So you're just kind of, I'm not sure if I need all that from you, thanks very much, because I got this going on. But I do also get the idea that you're just being a little bit aloof, and running away. And maybe with this Ace of Wands, I do feel like you kind of run away because you know that they're going to chase you and you're kind of enjoying it. I feel like that's going on. There's definitely some kind of family thing going on for them, because there's this Ace of Wands, which is all about kind of fertility and pregnancy and things like that. And then they've got the matriarch, this older lady, with the 2 children here at her feet, the roses all over her. Is interesting, all over the chair that she's sitting in, and on the floor, and on this little seat that the little boy's sitting on. And I get that that's their mother, so it's all about kind of generations, and female generations as well. So, in congregation with this Ace of Wands and this Queen of Pentacles, it is about kind of handing things down, or genetics and kind of things like that, and heredity. But for some reason, I feel like when they go in talking about the kids or something, or there's family stuff going on, when it's about family, you just are not really interested. You kind of not up for the family. It could be that they have a mother that's a bit overbearing, that you're not really that enamoured by, because it does seem to be in response to that again. I'm not sure. It is a little bit complex. Maybe write in the comments below if it makes sense to you, because there is just some kind of mistrust going on, or wanting to kind of look the other way when they've got quite strong intentions, maybe. And maybe it's that you just want to take it easy and you don't really want to go for it. Also, just to say that this could be reversed as well. So if it doesn't make sense, I'm getting actually for quite a few of you, it might make sense the other way around. So do just flip it if that makes more sense to you. Go with that. So then you have, as a major arcana card, the Temperance card. And so this is a card of balance and fluidity and smoothness and peace. So maybe it could just be that for this month, I'm getting that you just kind of feel like you want to be by yourself, or you need your own space. This is what I think's going on. Oh, I forgot to say happy birthday, if it's your birthday. Most of you've got birthdays this month. So, yeah, maybe it's just that you feel completely all right by yourself. You've got everything you need. Your kind of wishes are coming true, and you're not sure if you need anything else. And so you're just needing some time alone, and maybe you're feeling a little bit suffocated by family stuff and people coming on a bit too strong, and people maybe getting all up in your face, and you're just kind of like, oh, I just need some peace and quiet. I just want to be in peacefulness, kind of by myself, doing my own thing and not being so influenced by everything around you. And I think that could be really kind of what's going on. It's kind of like any excuse to kind of get away, or make an excuse to get away, then you'll do it. I do think it's just because you feel like you don't really need anyone. You know, you kind of don't really. You got everything that you need, so you just are enjoying that. I'm just again interested in this moon card because there's definitely more going on, some things going on beneath the surface. And interesting in both these cards, there's this kind of exactly the same amount of water and on the bottom, and land, a little bit more land here. Maybe it's that you're feeling as though the world is kind of like shakes you up a bit too much, and you just like your own sense of peace and your own balance. And this person's just coming on a little bit too strong for you. Interesting that 4 was underneath there. Normally I pick up the whole deck, so that could be relevant, that 4 of Wands, which is about balance and communion and harmony. I just get that balance is a really big deal for you this month, and that some family stuff could be a little bit too overbearing, and confusion, because the other side as well, there's this 7 of Cups, which is the card of confusion and dreams and delusions and knowing what's real and what's not real, and imagination and questioning reality. And there seems to be a lot of big questions going on with this person, that they feel like they want clarity, and they're really coming at you, I think, with some stuff, and maybe a little bit too overexcited, and you just kind of want peace. You do get excited because this is a bit of a win. This is a bit of a victory card. This is a bit of a win. So you're still up for having fun, but I think that you just feel like there's some stuff that you want to do by yourself for a lot of the month. You just feel like you just want to be in your own space and time and not get too involved in other people's ideas, and too many people having ideas about what you should do and what you shouldn't do and all of this stuff. Okay, let's flip over the middle. That's in reverse. So we've got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, the Fool, the High Priestess, and the 4 of Swords. Okay, awesome. So this 4 of Swords pairs up very nicely with this Temperance card, and this is a bit of advice here for when this other person gets a bit confused, and I feel like this is kind of like later on in the month, things get a bit confusing to them, and they're really wondering what's going on. I think maybe because you just kind of feel a bit standoffish to them, and you just want this peace and balance, which is really in this 4 of Swords too, because this is all about repose and chilling out and resting, and it's kind of like the rest card, the sleep card, the meditation card, often for me. So this is the advice for both of you to appease this confusion, is just to chill out about it. So and this is really coming from you as well, going, come on, seriously, just chill out. And they do. So this is kind of what's going to keep the balance, what's going to keep, it's like the trunk of the tree here, the stability is this just taking it easy and not being too intense, not getting too carried away. And there is this energy, there's this Fool energy, which is all about kind of new beginnings, new starts, having a lot of faith. It's almost as though you have enough faith in the relationship, or to be able to kind of do your own thing, because you're kind of looking the other way, really much focused on you and your stuff. And it's not because you don't like all of this, because there's nothing kind of really bad here to run away from, but it's just that you just feel kind of okay on your own. You feel really good, like you're in a really good place. There is this strange I do feel like there is a little bit of aspect of trust here, that maybe you just don't trust things and you think that things are too good to be true. So just be a little bit aware of that you might be blocking off some things because you're worried that things are too good to be true. But because you've got this wish card here, I'm letting you know that they aren't too good to be true. It is real, and you do get a wish. Your wishes are coming true. So just be aware of that too. But the energy that they take into you is this High Priestess, and the High Priestess is very connected to intuition and the divine feminine, from quite a spiritual sense. She is quite connected to the Moon card. The Moon is a very feminine card and is all about kind of the unseen and the unknown coming to the surface, and intuition. And then this High Priestess is very kind of intuition. There's a lot of feminine energy coming off from this row. So if you are female, this side could be making much more sense to you, because I just feel there's a lot of feminine energy here. But it is kind of both. I'm getting that there's just a lot of feminine energy here. But it's a big energy, the High Priestess as well. So this person's really having to get in contact with their intuition. And this may be why you are just kind of stepping away a bit, because you don't want to get in the way of that. And I mean, you might not be consciously doing that. You're just doing what you want. But to me, you just feel like you need some peace, and you're not up for all the kind of too much energy that comes with this. Ace of Wands is very kind of full of quite a lot of energy. Sorry, I'm not sure you can't see it. And this Queen of Pentacles, I think she's quite excitable as well. And this is a card of this. I mean, the children are really look quite well behaved here, but it is all about kind of family and lots of people being around. So, for some reason, you're just kind of wanting to go on your own path, on your own journey. Crowning you is the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So, again, there seems to be some kind of disagreement with something to do with children and legacy, because this seems to be a theme. This is all about relationship, connection, abundance all around you. It's a great card in relationship. It's wonderful. It's kind of everything that you need. But because it's in reverse, it's almost as though I do feel like there's a disagreement here. I feel like it feels like this card is kind of the culmination, upright. It's kind of the culmination of this Ace of Wands and this Queen of Pentacles, but it's in reverse. So it is a bit like, I feel like you don't trust it, but I can tell you that you can trust it, because you've got this wish card. Your wish is coming true. Or it could also be that you're just not up for it, and you just feel like you want to get away and do your own thing and get away from it all for a while, because you're feeling a bit overwhelmed by family stuff. There's just a lot of family, stuff. And it might just be that. But there's a slight disagreement about that. Also about legacy, children, because this is fertility, this is legacy and heredity things again. And this is also involved in this card, generations of things. And for some reason, you're not really into it, but it's all good, because you've got this wish card. Okay, I'm just going to pull an outcome card. Okay, so the Six of Pentacles. So that's the card of give and take. So and balance, give and take and balance. This is a card of giving and receiving. So if you need money, money's available. There's money around you for sure. With this Queen of Pentacles, this Ten of Pentacles, even though it's in reverse, it's still there. And then this wish card. So if you have any money issues, money will be coming your way. If you are feeling very abundant, it's a message to kind of give. But also for relationships, it's about giving and receiving and give and take. So you may have to be a little bit more giving. I feel like there's a lot of holding back on your side and you kind of want to do your own thing, and you may have to just be a little bit generous, because there seems to be a slight disparity in the energies. But because it is a card of balance and you've got this temperance here, so you're going to find the balance, so it's not a big problem, just a little bit of advice. But it's definitely going to be a fun month, because, and there's a lot of success and kind of new beginnings, lots of new starts. There's this Ace of Wands is definitely a new start. The Fool, new start. Turning the page, kind of new chapters and things. So, and it is going to be, there's quite a lot of energies bumping up against one another. So I think it is going to be a bit of an interesting month, and it's going to be a clarifying month, a la this moon general energy. Things are going to come up, things are going to come up to the surface to be seen. The truth's going to emerge. Not that there's anything necessarily hidden, but it's just there's going to be a very clarifying month, I feel, for you, where lots of things are going to be revealed, and you will respond accordingly. So that will be fun, lots going on. Okay, cool, I think that's that. If you would like a personal reading, I will put the link below the video, and it's to my personal scheduling site, which has all details of the readings, and you can just book there. I try to make myself available across all time zones, so you just put your time zone in and then you can kind of see which hours are there. They might seem a bit strange because I'm based in London, so depending on where you are. They do book up fast though, so if you see one, do book, because people email me because they saw it and then they're trying to, now it's not there, and it's like, well, someone's booked that one. So don't take it for granted when you see them, because they do go quite quickly. Otherwise, just enjoy these online readings. Do look at your moon or your rising sign if this didn't resonate. Just before we finish, I wanted to pull you an extra card from the Tantric Dakini Oracle by Nick Douglas and Penny Slinger. It's a bit of a kind of in-depth, kind of a little bit more metaphysical, I suppose, or quite deeply spiritual deck. Which I use as a kind of an oracle deck. So let's just pull you one for March, Pisces. Let's give it a little bit of a shuffle. Oops, that's gone on the end. So this for you for March is number 54, Asylum. And I know this is the unicorn card. I like it a lot because I like a unicorn. So let's see what that has to say for you. Number 54. Asylum bears the number 54, signifying the path of balance as an attribute of initiation. According to the classification by elements, this is an earth card, normally related to the suit of pentacles in the minor arcana of the traditional tarot. A unicorn nests in the boughs of a tree which overlooks a beautiful verdant field. This is an idyllic and magical place, the fairy tale land in which the imagination, here symbolized by the unicorn, rests and takes refuge from the cares of the world. The unicorn represents truth and insight, at home in the garden of Mother Nature, feeling completely at peace. It says, find a place of refuge and recuperation, free from all worldly concerns. Believe in the powers of the imagination and take up a position of contemplation with regard to any particular question or problem. Trust in the pure potency of the intuition, and you will not go astray. The card suggests a feeling of well-being when left alone away from the worldly problems. It is a magical omen of a positive order, the precise influences of which are to be determined with reference to the position of the card on the Tree of Life chart. So I'll go to where it is in the heart. It says, at the heart, the card shows that the questioner has taken refuge in the feelings and emotions, and that the inner well-being is the point of balance and the powerhouse of the body. So, and it also says that at the head, it indicates that inner peace is achieved through the power of faith. So this is about, I think for me, this is kind of saying about how we need time to just be with ourselves, to create what we desire, to find your own peace in your own world, basically, is what I'm taking that to mean. Alright then, so have a wonderful March, lots of love, and see you again soon.